Okay, so with the season over, Barcelona securing the domestic treble, celebrating everything, it's time to look ahead in the summer transfer window and next season to what Barcelona can do to maintain this dominance, potentially go one step further and win the Champions League. And it all starts from the bottom of the squad planning with the goalkeeper. We all know it, it's the elephant in the room, Ter Stegen. Recent very reliable reports have come out stating that Barcelona are finally considering signing a goalkeeper for next season. This is in contrary to what we believed throughout the past few months, where Barcelona was very firm in terms of their stance on their goalkeepers. The idea was to keep Ter Stegen as the starter and Szczesny as the backup. Szczesny himself came out and said that he understands that was going to be his role next season if he renews. And that's where the doubts first started, right? When Szczesny was not sure about renewing or not. Because the second he started giving those interviews, news already started surfacing. Now, this might just be a hoax, right? Szczesny might just renew, and if that happens, I don't see Ter Stegen leaving willingly. And with the contract to 2028, there's not much the club can do to offload him. If Barcelona do sign a goalkeeper, it's going to be as a replacement to Szczesny, because he did not renew. It will not be a replacement to Ter Stegen. So with that being said, I don't think Szczesny has been necessarily world-class or he has been perfect by any means necessary, but I think he has been a breath of fresh air. Ter Stegen, I think, has been a player which has had the most hate thrown at him for a Barcelona player that I've ever seen, to be honest with you. And listen, part of it has been deserved, but I've been defending him for years now until about last year where I kind of gave up. However, one thing does not change the other. You can criticize him as a player, but talking about him in terms of his family, his marital situation, stuff like that, I just think that's a little bit going over the line, right? But what we do know is that he has come back from a very serious injury, and the games that he has played, he has proven to be pretty much a ghost. Off of the 3 shots that he faced on target against Villarreal, he conceded 3 goals. You basically were non-existent as a goalkeeper. As much as he's had his moments in that Liga, I don't remember a single big game UCL knockout performance from Ter Stegen in about 10 years at Barcelona. That is an issue, and that is not an issue that's going to get any better with his age and injury and his current form. I'm sorry, but if you're going for the Champions League, at some point you need to stop doing the same mistake over and over again. I don't think Ter Stegen is the worst keeper in the world, but I do think he does not have the mentality and the quality needed to perform in big games. He has simply not shown that, and I think it's time to make a decision, a harsh decision, and stop this family gimmick we always do where we get attached to players. So now that if we were to take these reports as true, right, and if Barcelona are looking for goalkeepers, we have to look at what the rumored names are. The first one, which I think is a little bit off left field, but I think it's somebody who would fit Barcelona so well. I think he would be box office, he would be cinema, right? It's Emiliano Martinez. He's rumored to be leaving. He's rumored to be leaving Aston Villa this summer for actually a Saudi club, according to Fabrizio Romano. Can Barcelona potentially be involved in that? There's been reports that Barcelona are interested and he has been offered to Barcelona. So could there be something there? I'm not sure. But would Emiliano Martinez fit this Barcelona team? 1000%. His personality, his nationality, the Spanish speaking language, he'll have the chemistry with the backline, etc. He's very commanding of his box. And also we've reported that Flick wants a very tall goalkeeper. When you look at Emiliano Martinez, this guy is huge in terms of just not just height, but also size. But it doesn't stop him from being nimble enough to have these 1v1 big game saves. We know that this guy is a big game player. I'm not saying he's a perfect goalkeeper. He has bad games, and people who only watch him with Argentina probably don't watch him with Aston Villa, where he's had bad performances. But I do think, in terms of what Barcelona is trying to achieve, I think he's such a similar signing to Szczesny, but younger, more on form, and potentially even better, you could say. Honestly, I think just for the memes and just see him against Mbappe, Vini, just for the narratives, I think he'll be such a fun signing for a goalkeeper. He'll be an improvement on Ter Stegen, but 100%. But the number one signing that a lot of people are mentioning, the most reported one, the one that seems to have the most approval from the fan base. It's actually across our city rivals Espanyol. For those of you who don't know, Joan Garcia has been described to Espanyol by their manager himself to be their Messi, their version of Messi, because of how much he saves them every single match day. He puts in man of the match performances every week for Espanyol. He has been their best player. He has been La Liga, in my opinion, best goalkeeper of the season. And he fits a lot of criteria which Barcelona are looking to fill. First of all, he is sitting on a 25 million release clause, which will be reduced to 15 million if Espanyol get relegated, which is one game away. If Espanyol lose their next game and Leganes win their next game, Espanyol will be relegated and that release clause will be turned to 15 million, which means that Barcelona can just pay that money straight up and not even negotiate with Espanyol, which has been one of the issues that people are talking about regarding him, that Espanyol would not sell us. Joan Garcia, I don't think that's a problem. If he wants to come and we are able to pay that money, it's not up to Espanyol. It's out of their hands. And we have seen a photo that's come out recently about Joan Garcia when he was a young lad, right? With the Barcelona jersey or in front of the Barcelona Institute, somewhere there, right? So there is a little bit of a link there, as much as you want to call that a link. In addition to that, also he has the age factor. He's 24 years old. So he's a much younger version to Emiliano Martinez. Provides a better, I guess you can say, transition from Ter Stegen, right? So I'll be honest, I'm not the best judge of goalkeepers, but I have seen his highlights a lot. I've seen him play in La Liga a lot. And I think he's a solid goalkeeper. Considering the price, the season, the age, and his nationality, right? He's Spanish. He fit in with the team right away. I think you cannot go worse than Ter Stegen. Because I'm sorry, if you're pulling up next season in the UCL, aiming to win it with Ter Stegen, wrap it up. Put the fries in the bag, end the season. There's no point in even playing the games. We're not winning no Champions League with Ter Stegen again in goal. I'm sorry, it's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. In my opinion, Barcelona has to make this tough decision that it's also relying a little bit on Szczesny to not renew him, or for Szczesny to refuse the renewal contract, and we go after one of these two options. I'll be honest, I'm okay with either of them. As a Barca fan, as long as we have one new goalkeeper that is class and has potential in the team, I'm okay with that. Just do not start the next season with Ter Stegen and Szczesny as our two keepers. Please. That's my thoughts about this. Guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe to this thoughts down below. We'll talk a lot about transfers, what Barcelona should do, about Real Madrid and how their transfers have been. So leave your comments down below. It helps for the algo. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.